Wait, before I do anything, when did I last do this? Oh, it was late 2023. We're in 2026 now. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Brandon. Hey, remember the last time that I reacted to old songs? Well, if you don't, it was in 2023. Okay, but hi, hello everyone. My name is Brandon. Like I said, I like doing music, I like doing gaming, I like Pokemon especially, and for this video in particular, we're gonna be reacting to some more of my very old music, and I guess like we'll be treading into some of the more recent stuff as well. And to start us off, we're gonna finally answer this godforsaken question: why don't I like this old version of Neutrality, my Murder Drone song? Oh my god, already starting off terribly. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I necessarily... Okay, no. I know why I hate this. I know why I hate this. Okay. So, the lyric video was terrible. The actual song composition was questionable. And I ultimately just did not like my way of writing this song. I was really confused on how I wanted to write this, despite having an idea, and ultimately this so badly needed a remaster, which it thankfully got, but right now we're not listening to that. Screams were whatever. They were fine, weirdly enough. Oh my god, okay. There's too much happening in this instrumental. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. There's so much happening in this instrumental. And it's not necessarily a bad thing for stuff like that to be happening. But dear god, it's too much and it's not good sounding. Okay, if it wasn't like 30 minutes before midnight for me, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs in pure and utter despair. Oh well, let's just listen to what I got so far. I'm just gonna listen up to the first chorus just for the record for all of these. Oh, dude. I know where I recorded this too. Oh my god. Oh dear god. Oh my god. Okay, this struck a memory for me. So, where I recorded this, if you guys don't know, I was in university when I first made this song. And I could not, I just did not want to record this in my dormitory because, reasonably speaking, there is no way I would be able to record this without having someone hear me, like, screaming through the top of my lungs and possibly giving me a noise complaint, which I'm surprised that I still have not gotten to this day. So, I had to go to one of my university's dedicated recording rooms for that side of my university campus. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it was really suboptimal quality, which led to my mic sounding like this. So now what you get from this is a really reverby vocal track, and there was no way that I could remove it, so I just had to stick with it. Poorly mixed scream. Holy shit. Please be cautious of me. I don't know when I'll turn. Or you can walk inside my talking cage, and then I'll say you're wrong. I hate this line so much. It's not necessarily the line itself, it's the way that it's structured. I really, really hate that this line is so cluttered. I described it, I actually replied to someone on the remastered version. Let me see if I can find it actually. I found it. It's right here. I don't believe it flowed well, and I also think the line itself makes plenty of sense. I personally believe the previous iteration of it feels scrunched together. There we go. That's what it is. That's what it is, right? So I really don't like that the line just felt really crunched in. It's like I was trying to fit too many jelly beans in a jar that just won't contain all of them. Okay, so one other thing, I have slowly moved away from applying autotune. I have slowly been steering away from not putting in autotune in some of my stuff. I don't really like doing it. However, that is a kind of a necessary evil for me to do that, because otherwise there are just some notes that I really need to have fixed, and some of these old songs kind of suffer from me not hitting the correct key. So, for example, right here. The way I sang, but you have chosen your path, I think I sang like, but you have, or something like that. You have, yeah, you have, okay. I was supposed to sing it like, but you have chosen your path so naturally. Something like that. So naturally, like the one with so much empathy, I'll tell you that all of it. Some of these lyrics are really bad. I remember that I needed to rewrite this song completely, because by the time I actually rewrote it, more of Murder Drones was actually released, and so I could use that for part of my song instead. Also, I don't know why I chose blasphemy, of all things, as a lyric. What a terrible word to try rhyming and flowing with. It's so poorly constructed. It's so poorly made, in my opinion. I am still so surprised that people really like this version of the song. I really hope that by me pointing out its flaws, I really hope people understand why I don't like it. Actually, let me actually see. This is probably one of my least favorite parts of it, actually.
And if the company allowed it, I'd simply kill you myself. Instinct inside me tells me kill. The touch of sun in me and lost fulfill. Now I'm breaking down, the virus goes around.
So, I think I received some criticism about how there was a lot of unneeded metal screaming here. And you know what? Point taken. I did take that criticism to heart, and that's actually going to be very apparent in like one of my other songs that I have on here. I did take that criticism to make the remaster of this song as well, but like here is just like, yeah, now that people point it out, it's not good here. Oh, it's also just the fact that it's so poorly mixed. Oh my god. What was I doing? What was I doing? Oh my god. I hate this song so much. And I'm so glad that there is a remastered version right here. Oh, also, this is using some of the new equipment that I had. And by equipment, I mean, like, new instruments that I had access to. A really long intro, though, I will say. You can hear elements of the old version here, but I think it's much more well done. Yeah, this is already significantly better to me, much more listenable. Let's hear it. And the lights eclipsed from me. Now I have you all within my tightened grip. Take a look inside, you'll see that I have a reason. We all have a reason why we take from your kind. It's for us to survive. But I have a reason, contemplate my decision. If your sake is right, am I losing sight? Please be cautious of me. One criticism I actually did receive for this remaster in particular, however, is that now my voice sounds really, really flat. And it's a double-edged sword, right? So on one hand, yeah, I do understand the criticism, and my voice does sound very flat in certain songs. However, I've also just grown to accept the fact that that's also just how my voice is. I really hate trying to force my voice. I really hate it because to me, it makes it seem much less, it makes it seem like really bad. I don't know why. I think one of the reasons why I hate trying to force my voice to make it sound a certain way is because it does strain me a little bit. It doesn't feel great, first off. But second off, for singing in particular, I've had experiences in old songs where I did try to force my voice and it didn't sound good. So I've just strayed away from doing that. Maybe there's a time where I could start trying to force my voice again, but I think for now it's probably not that time. I don't know when I'll turn. Either that or you can walk within the breach so we can see you burn. I'm one of a kind, not treated with equality, walking the life of an outcast in agony, crossing the path between my sides, and you have chosen your path so naturally. You can see right there, I sang that line much better compared to the original neutrality. Slowly tearing my reality. Slowly I'm learning, retrieving my memories. It may seem kind, yet time flies by. I'm caught in an inner war of neutrality. I really like that. That's much better, in my opinion. And then the bridge here, I actually think is really good too. Let me see if I can get to it.
You're worthless and terrible. And if the company allowed it, I'd simply kill you myself.
Ooh. I think okay. I really like mixing genres together. You'll notice that I am a huge advocate for adding piano to metal instrumentals because I think it sells the song with like wait a minute, how do I want to say this? It makes it sound much more emotional. I think just having metal elements with like nothing else whatsoever, it can feel a little, I don't think I want to say bland, but that's not, because that's not the word that I want to use. But also, I currently cannot find any other substitute. So yeah, for this case, I chose to mix acoustic and metal, and I think it sounds really good. Breaking down, virus roams around. Your face of tears. Ooh. And then we're back to, so right here is kind of where we revert a little bit back to the original, because I didn't want just the entirety of Metal Screaming to be like completely erased from the original. I did reduce it though, is the thing. That's like the main thing, is that a lot of people have been saying some of the Metal Screaming was not very necessary, like in the intro and then in the entirety of the bridge. You didn't need to have it all completely take over the bridge. You can have some of it. You don't need to oversaturate it, because then the picture is going to be really messy. The silver runs around, it's a one and only sin. Instinct inside me tells me kill, kill, kill. The tides inside of me must fulfill. Now we've all engaged, now it's enraged. Your function shall begin. I like that. I really like this. This is so much better. I need more people to listen to this version of the song instead of the old. Please, for the love of God, please listen to this version. Alright, now we're still gonna have things kicking off really strongly with Locked Rampage. And this is like one of my older remasters that I did. And I think it's really old now. Like, just... you can just call it a really old song. When did I make this? 5 years ago? Holy shit! What? It's been that long? Oh my god. Okay. So, oh, this is, okay, I remember the premise I wanted to have for this lyric video, and I will say, like, well, let me get into it, like, in a bit, but the idea for this, video in particular is I wanted to make it, like, one of those old-fashioned anime music videos from way back in the day. I was not very good at the execution for it, personally, in my opinion. There's some parts in this that I'm kind of whatever about, but oh well, it worked out well for some people. The guitar is really whatever. You've caused me so much hatred, there's nothing more sacred. I'm built as a machine with emotions negated. I'm forming someone new, I have your talent too. More than witness of the scene, I can break right through. It's easy to detect regularity. It's really strange mixing, I will say. Some strange mixing with, like, you can hear some of the vocals in, like, the separate ear cups, but generally speaking, I didn't have a problem with the mixing of the vocals too much until that bit. Like right here. Cause it's so damn boring. I guess I must take things in my own hands. Beating up all emotions will cease. My actions are controlled, see you puppets on stage. Okay, so wow, what a frame to pause on. So I remember parts of this song going into the like super remastered version that's on Years of Despair, which, by the way, listen to Years of Despair. It contains almost every single Danganronpa song that I've ever made, including 2 new ones. They're all remastered to what the songs would sound like in present day, and highly recommend you listen to it, whether it's on YouTube or Spotify or anything of the sort. With that in mind, though, let me actually turn this down a little bit. You can actually hear some of the foundation that I had for this that I eventually used in the Years of Despair version. Could have mixed that better though. Let me actually play the Years of Despair version here. And I would also like to say there is an acoustic version of this song now. I do think it's a really good listen, and I highly recommend you check it out, because in my opinion it's really good. Oh, also, one other thing. I remember the actual recording of Years of Despair was really, really hellish. And the reason why, I'm actually going to pause it right here. The reason why is because, and this actually goes back to this whole like auto-tune thing, where I don't like using auto-tune that much, but I have to in some cases. I was at a point, or I'm still kind of in this point, where I re-record specific lines until they sound absolutely perfect without using auto-tune. And I don't necessarily know if that's the healthiest thing to do when it comes to actually recording music. The reason why it takes so long for me to like make certain things is because I want to record things that are absolutely perfect. If there's a key that I am missing, like if there's a key that I'm just not hitting nowadays, I will not even consider using it. And I don't know if that's the healthiest way to record vocals for certain songs. Oh, I recorded a metal scream for this, that's right. But yeah, this sounds much more acceptable in my opinion.
You've caused me so much hatred, there's nothing more sacred. I'm built as a machine with emotions negated. I'm born with someone new, I have your talent too. More than witness of the scene, I can break right through. It's easy to detect regularity.
Yeah, this is much better.
Tired of this pattern of complaining from you. Losing my respect for my sincerity. We will meet again, cause it's so damn boring. Locked up, no one feels for me.
I guess I must take things in my own hands. Beating up all emotions will cease.
My actions are controls to your puppets on stage. Woken up in this trap.
Hell yeah, this is a bop. In my opinion, this is a bop. Self-proclaimed banger.
I'm trapped in my locked rampage.
I really like this. I really like that. This is a really good version of Locked Rampage. But yeah, like I said, there is the acoustic version out. I'm not going to exactly react to it. I'm just going to play a little bit for you guys. That way you can get an idea of how it sounds while I'm talking over it. Listen, all I'm saying is that if you want to listen to it without me talking over it, then just check it out. But ultimately, I do think that, like, I still really like this version too. It's a very different take on the actual metal song, and it's really interesting turning metal songs into acoustic songs, because it's like, okay, how am I gonna work around making this into just an actual like singing portion instead of just me metal screaming? And I like the creativity that comes with it, in my opinion. Oh, this one. This one.
Your time will come, and our retribution. You think we'll forget what you've made. You break us up, but our recollection will make you remember the pain. Call our
Okay, what? I think I don't remember what exactly I actually wrote this about. I know exactly actually what I would attribute this to nowadays. It's basically just like criticizing a tyranny where someone tries to monopolize something, or like something of some aspect of life to their own benefit, and because they took it too far, they've lost everything and everyone who supported them. If you know, then you know.
I wanted to forget you deep in my darkest recesses, but now you're caressing my ball and chain, far within the boundary of the liquid surrounding us all. So we're apart, but no matter the distance, we leave with corruption inside. I've done my part, but where is yours? Conviction will vanish in time.
Your brigade now falls, you're the only one left. The smile of the demon leaves you blind.
The glare in your eyes, it's no more than one.
Oh, I really like that. That ending was crisp. The writing for this was really good. The lyric video is kind of plain. I think if I were to edit this video today, I would definitely have like some sort of like store highlights here. Like maybe like have a Spotify, iTunes logo, maybe like the box art for here, I don't know, some sort of audio spectrum, that way you can like have something to look at that isn't the lyrics. But ultimately I think this was good. I really like this. I do wonder, because this is one of the songs that I've been considering just re-recording without too much change to the instrumental itself, because like I think the instrumental sounds fine as is, but there are some parts in the vocals that I wish I could redo, and I'm wondering if people would mind seeing that from me. But that's ultimately up to you guys if you want to like see that. By the way, if there's any songs that you would like for me to revisit and that I happen to agree with, I might consider like re-releasing like just a remaster of it. Like with this one, for example. Maybe I'm gonna re-record some stuff later. Now, bless Ace Music and Miss Ugly Glasses Ren for joining me on this, but there's some parts in this that I definitely could have done better on, at least in my opinion.
We denounce the evil that arises here, fighting the war so cold. Now the despair's in your eyes.
Do-do-do-do.
We'll retrieve these towers.
Those side guitars are not pulling their weight. They're not doing it. Oh man. It just doesn't sound threatening. It doesn't sound like a song to me. Well, there's just some parts of this song that don't sound like, hey, I'm going to take this place back by force or something. I don't know. It's a very amateur like attempt at doing so.
Factorizing fears, right in the blood that holds. You think it's smart to defy.
Creations of foundations only lead to my sensation. My name may talk of harmony, but only brings insanity.
We may both be warriors, but your
Do, do,
weapon
do,
is
do, 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 do,
fading.
do.
This twisted romance that I crave.
You know, something interesting I've noticed is that whenever I write songs that I plan to sing with other people, I tend to include words like romance really often. I wonder, let me see something real quick. If I check my song with Celadon VA. Yeah, I have something similar. So where it's like here I write silver tears your lips are sipping. I don't typically write lyrics like that, but for whatever reason, when it comes to doing duets with people, or like just singing with other people in general, for whatever reason I include those types of terms like much more often. So stuff like romance, I'll use the words like lips and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm using a lot of terms that have to do with more intimacy for whatever reason.
Now we fall in this abyss.
Don't try to run from this landfill.
We escape it, hit or
By the way,
miss.
this chorus, the idea for this chorus, I don't care what anybody says, is fucking flames. I love the idea for this chorus because
All around we can't dismiss.
Now we are left in a standstill.
Memories are reminiscing.
now we are left in a standstill.
Am I feeling so hopeless?
Now we are left in a standstill.
Between us won't persist.
Cause we are left in a standstill. Dude, I love that so much because the title of this song is it's very relevant to the actual chorus and the idea of this song. Everything has just stopped. Everything is in a standstill, including the chorus. Everything just stopped for that part of the chorus, and I love it. It's a banger of a chorus. Now, with that said, there's obviously some criticisms that I need to levy towards myself. For example, like right here, just this part sounds a little lackluster. Like the xylophone that I use for this, it's really in the background, and I'm not sure if I really like that. And again, I mentioned the side guitars here. It's not exactly what I would call the highest quality. And then obviously vocal mixing as well is like not the greatest. I think my friend Ace, their voice is far louder than it should be for this song, and again, no disgruntlement to any of my friends for these songs. It's just me and how I make these songs.
My name may talk of harmony, but only brings insanity. We may both be warriors, but you're within this barrier.
And in this twisted romance that I crave. Yeah, okay. Now, obviously, there is an acoustic version of Left in a Standstill as well. However, I did not advertise that for, I did not advertise that for Years of Despair. I might do one actually if things happen to work, but don't count on it. Maybe things will work. I have no idea. Speaking of Years of Despair, this is much higher quality. You'll be able to tell. Oh hell yeah. Heck yeah, I love how this sounds. Oh my god, this is so much better. Oh, it's so good. God. I love how the synthesizer in the back sounds. And for this song in particular, that particular part here, let me play it again. Like right there, the inspiration for that part actually came from a suggestion from my friend Maeve, who's the other like singer here, and took over for the genocide Jack part because Ren just wasn't available for communication for me. but she suggested that I add some parts, some instrumental parts from another episode into this, and I was just thinking, okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can fit It's a Kid's World in here. In fact, hang on, let me see if I can get it up here. Let me see if I can get that actual file. So this is my FL Studio lineup here, and if I go over to where is it? Left in a Standstill. Oh, please tell me this is the correct one. Yes, it is. So this particular thing that I used, right? Basically, you'll be able to hear the It's a Kid's World thing in a second. So right here, right? If I play it just here. I feel so evil for including that sometimes. Hey, you know what? It's funny. Give me what I want. Don't try to run from this landfill. Now high time into landfill. Your face is pale and your hands chill. Hell yeah, I love this. The instrumental sounds so good with this too. Oh my god! Oh, dude. Okay, alright. I have to say this, dude. Ace fucking crushed it with their vocals here. Fun fact: this was their vocals from the old version, and because they couldn't find time in their schedule to actually record new vocals for this current version. But I don't care what they say, this chorus is still so good. It sounds like flames. It's amazing. I'm glazing my friend here, but they deserve it. And in fact, both of my friends deserve it. I'm gonna play Maeve's part here as well. One sec.
To survive, a sacrifice must be made.
Decisions arise from your mind.
Dark transformation through my proclamation. I will kill you.
She did so good for that. Okay, listen. I really love this song. I think composition-wise, this is one of my better ones, in my opinion. Except now we're gonna go back to ones I don't like too much. Okay, so this one's interesting, right? Can I say real quick? I think the instrumental itself sounds fine. There are some parts that I think sound really dull and it needed vocals. However, I don't think my vocals really were enough to actually like fix the song, in my opinion. I thought this was a dream. I'm mentally breaking. There's no fleeing the seams. Like that part's fine. Whoops, I skipped ahead too much. Hang on. So I think this part sounded fine, but then we get to this part here.
We've escaped from a mortal coil, but now trapped in unmarked soil. And the jester has been jested. This reality, you can't digest it. They got no mouths, but I hear their screams. Even incurable by that fiend. If you're a king, why are you being ragdolled underneath that entity in shackles?
It's like you're trying to rap in a metal song. And can I just say, you can make it work. There are certain songs where you can do rock and metal mixed with rap. The problem I have with this in particular is that it has to do with me. I don't think my voice is suited to do rap. Because, like, I can rap. What I can't do is make my voice sound good while I rap. But I'm sure that someone else can cover this maybe, and they can sound much better.
The dramatic irony, these exits are made from your selfish pleas. But sorry, it's a lie, what a tragedy. Even recognized from the sarcastic free. Too bad that we can't mix and match. It's a problem the ringmaster's going to catch. It's a bully must appear now.
Pass it towards here. Just exist to quench your fear.
Hear my tears from abstraction, maniacal. You may be disciple of insanity.
I know why exactly I made this song. It's because that particular riff for the chorus was stuck in my head. And I wanted to do something about it before I forget it. And that's another problem that I have with like my music composition in particular, is that I have ideas that just come and go. Like they pass through one ear and then they'll just leave after another. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you eat the food there temporarily, and you realize like, wait, this is not as great as I thought it was gonna be, and then you just leave and never come back again. That's exactly what happens with some of the ideas that I have for my songs. They just leave and I don't remember how they sound.
I'm not prepared for expansions defiled, and I can't leave this twisted matrimony. Mental states are breaking, and you paint the face of this dark attraction. Artificial chaos awaits on the performance now.
I do think that sounded good, and that's the main, like I said, that's the main reason why I actually made the song in particular, is that chorus stayed in my head for a really long time. And you know what? I'm glad I was able to remember it, because there's just some songs that I tried to make that just don't work. For example, actually, I had a conversation about this with some of the folks that work with Longest Solo Ever. I tried to make an Iron Lung song after we watched Iron Lung together, but the problem, let me actually see if I can actually find my chat logs. I'm not gonna show you what actually what I actually said, but yeah, so here's the thing, right? So I said that I was canning my Iron Lung song idea because I really tried to force out like stuff, and in my opinion, forcing out certain things doesn't make for a good song, and I don't think it's a good idea to try to force yourself to be inspired either. And then Dean, or Longest Solo Ever, has said that like, yeah, he's been there like a few times. He tosses ideas out that just don't seem to fit and work at all. And it's a shame too, because if I like check more of the chat logs that I said here, is that I actually did have lyrics that I wrote down, but it just didn't work. I just couldn't find a way to make it fit at all. and it's crazy because like there are some people that actually really like it, but I don't know, it just didn't work. Oh, this one. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this is a good one. I remember this. Oh, there's me.
Hope will never fall, but here you all stand tall. While
I watch from the sidelines, I feel whenever I try.
Is it all my fault? You blame me, I'm appalled. My life I hadn't realized. I'm here to cause a divide. Your titles you hold, I admire. Yet I'm
I feel like the only complaint that I have is the fact that the mixing, that my vocal mixing is not that great. Because the way I see it, I think the way that I'm hearing it right now, the instrumental is like significantly louder than my voice. It's kind of overtaking my vocals here.
And in the wire of life. Oh, I'm willing to throw it all away.
Just for some parts. I
Just
think
so you
this is
cannot
fine.
escape without me.
You're born with it,
It hurts me,
but I'm talentless.
comprehend my own dismay. Envy and despair will fade. This balance of life and death I see is all directed to me.
Fun fact for that song is that this particular song only took one take. This is probably my only song ever that I was able to do completely in one take, no retakes whatsoever. I will also say there is an acoustic version remaster coming up soon for Directed to Me in particular, and it will feature Maeve, who sang on the Years of Despair version. I'm gonna play a snippet of it right now. Okay, now that you got your fill, let's move on. Oh, this one. No. Oh, no. Okay, alright. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down for a second. I remember exactly why I wrote this FNAF song. And just for the record, I don't know why I made this a FNAF song. Well, I actually do know why. It's because like some of the lyrics that I actually wrote happened to align with like the actual lore, or at least the old-fashioned lore. But the main inspiration for this was that this was written during a time where a lot of friends of mine were fighting, and I have this thing constantly where I really don't like seeing my friends fight, and I hate that there's just times where I'm in the middle of the conflict. I really want to fix things and stuff because I really want to. I like looking out for my friends. It's an instinct of mine. But I have to accept that some things like just don't work. Some things just don't work like that. So that's the main inspiration for how I wrote this song.
Now burning as the flames arise, viewing all the carnage before my eyes. The bodies in this battlefield lie so still. I'm yearning between the black and white. A nihilistic generation plays both sides. The food's in front and I crave my fill.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know if this seems like a severe decline from the way I mixed things before. You want to know something else actually? Maybe another factor on why I don't feel as great about this song is because I was in a voice call with some friends, and this included Will Ryan of DA Games, and I don't know necessarily what led to. I don't remember necessarily what led to Will bringing up my channel and then just reacting to a song, but out of all of the songs he could have chosen, it was this one? Really? You could have chosen anything else, but you chose this one. One of the problems that I had with like is the fact that, again, out of all the songs he chose, it was this one, and it's not my typical songs. And to say that he had like choice words for criticism, which first off was, in my opinion, completely unwarranted. I was not in a mindset where I really wanted to hear criticism at the time. But second off, there's like a few people like that were there and they just reacted like no, and that's all I got. It's just like, okay, well, that's not criticism. That's just you being a little mean. I guess like now I feel like whatever about it. I can sort of laugh about it. Part of me doesn't laugh about it. But ultimately it's just like it did not make me feel great about this song in particular.
As the spotlights on, asking me for more, leave it all behind.
I think it was actually this song as well that made me go into that era where it's just like, if this take doesn't work, if this take doesn't sound good, I'm re-recording it and I don't care what anybody says. I think this song is what did it for me. Because like it was at this point where well, like, first off, the actual, like, mixing, in my opinion, was, like, not that great. And then the vocals that were used for this as well, they're whatever. Could have mixed it better still. And I think it's a really bland instrumental, I guess, is probably my main issue with it. I think the writing itself was fine, but I don't know.
Can't afford to sign myself to this round blue cage. Now I'm just waiting for the grave.
Let me see if I can remember this.
The minutes pass as this
Darker grows, living in this cascade, orchestrates this grim parade. As my face has shown that I am stuck in decay, yet my body still remains. Seeing how the glass has broken,
locked away the doors, but the void has spoken. We
stay in the acid rain. Yeah, I remember this.
From the crimes of this broken plane, ruined as I wish to be rid of the mask and lay down in the heap you've made, taken by the edge of the blade in my way.
Yeah, it's like, I think the writing itself was fine. It's just like the technical details that weren't that great, and I still think about that criticism to this day, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's end things strong with one of what used to be one of my favorite songs, my Bowser song, Anti-Hero. Is this old? It's from a year ago. Oh, well, whatever. We can end it with this.
Rise in this brain of pride. You shall stop the way. Not to balance lies, your voice to comply. Not within to die. You're just a dream you can't.
I remember when I wrote this. This was like during a time where it's like, oh wow, I really wanted Bowser in Mario the Music Box. So the writing for this, I am going gung-ho all for this. And I want this to be one of the best written songs when it comes to Mario the Music Box at the time. Now, obviously, if you know what happened, I don't really want to do anything. I don't really want to have anything with Mario the Music Box for the time being. But yeah, I just really wanted the writing to be amazing, and in my opinion, it still is. I do think my vocals are a little unbalanced though. Hell yeah. I still think this is really good. Even with some of the issues that I have with the technical basis. There are some parts in this song that I would probably sing differently, and I don't think it's in the beginning portion here, but I think it's later down the line, but I don't know if I want to listen to that right now. Maybe the chorus, yeah. Poisoning the air, now I was his mortal enemy, source of corrupted sanctities. Which one of us is the anti-hero? Is it you or me? Yeah, I really like this. I am actually really glad that I was greenlit into making this in the first place, because when I was initially writing this, when I initially finished this, I was waiting for when this update actually drops, I would also drop this song as well, or rather a few days after the actual game dropped, because I really wanted to see what people thought of Bowser just casually being in the game. It's just like, what? He has not been involved this entire time, and in my opinion, the way that he was gonna be implemented was fantastic, and it's a shame that it's not gonna be coming into fruition. But I'm really glad that I was given the green light to actually like just release this, as well as all of the rest of the tracks from Music Weekend, because basically, well, I'm not gonna get into the details on why, but I did end up leaving Team Ari much earlier than most of the other developers, because of some issues that I had with how some things were handled, not necessarily from a professional standpoint, but rather from a personal and like a relationship standpoint. Things were just really public, and I was just like, okay, I really don't want to be a part of this if this keeps happening. And unfortunately, things did not get better there. So I was just like, all right, screw it, I'm just gonna leave, and you're not gonna change my mind about it. But I did ask one of the lead developers if I was okay with to release all of the Music Weekend stuff. Actually, I made sure with both of the lead developers, and they said yeah, I was good. Yeah, and this is what I got. So that's why this Bowser song, it exists and is out for everyone to view. I really like this lyric video as well, mostly because, in my opinion, it's plain, but it works. It works really well. So for this part in particular, I think right here, coming up here, this was by far my best scream that I've ever done on a song, in my opinion. And there's a lot of in my opinions, but in this one in particular, I really, really adore how I did this.
Your star of the show,
Oh my god, that hits so hard. It hits so hard. It's such a simple line, but the execution, the way that it's presented is so good. Oh my god, it's the way that I screamed that last bit, your star of the show is dead. It puts so much emphasis because so just for the record, in what would have been this Delirium DLC, Mario is dead. But Reba was going to Reba, one of the characters in Mario the Music Box, was gonna go into his head and defeat a lasting memory that took the shape of Bowser. And the way that was screamed, it does so good at really hammering in the fact that Mario is just dead and gone. Like, oh my god, let me just hear that again. Oh my god, so good. I love that so much. Oh dude, I really like listening to old songs, not because like, oh, I like to suffer from listening to some of my old shit, because I do at times, but it's really, really healthy to do that, because you look back on like some details that you probably didn't notice before, and you'll probably notice now with a fresh new listening sometime later, and you're gonna realize, oh, I can probably do this better, maybe. There's some details, like I said, that I have to just live with, like for the fact that sometimes my voice is just gonna be flat. I don't like forcing my voice, but hey, time will only tell. Right? That's really all there is to it. So for those of you guys who stuck around, I appreciate it very much. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to share your support, hit the like button down below for me, give me a thumbs up. I don't really care, but if you do, subscribe, because it really helps on my channel. You can also check out all of the rest of the music that I've made. There's a is a playlist that has every single original music piece that I made. Some are good, some are bad, and then some are amazing like Anti-Hero, and then some are like the old version of Neutrality, which in my opinion is still not great. But hey, it's a subjective opinion. I personally don't like some of my stuff, but if you think that's something you disagree with, more power to you. That's the thing. But anyways, I'm gonna get going now. You guys have a good time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. 5, the drums are carrying. The drums are carrying. Oh, hey, look at that, shiny. It happened again, by the way. Huh. 514, by the way. Oh!